It's looking like we got what's going on? What's happening here?
It looks like we're getting a few pings on the side of Ocean. It looks like they're just trying to get the usual, just line up, make sure that there's no invades going on, hold all the ramps. Where I do see here, if you look at the bot, they are stacking the bot side Tribush in case there is an invade. I think that's a very good stack. It does give them the chance to open up very quickly onto a single target and look to get that large burst to kill someone out before a fight starts.
I guess he just wanted to flex the fact he took hook first.
Yep.
I just
And we
hooked the
do
wall.
and we do get to see Zilean bringing his team out to a strong lead, getting not only the mana flow stack, but also getting 15 gold on his spell thieves.
Oh yeah, that's
That could decide this game right here. That 15 gold means a lot.
especially for the early game. That's gonna be very interesting. That's gonna be very good. But that's kind of another thing that he loves doing. He loves going to that bush, getting that bomb, seeing if he can get it. And 9 times out of 10, he does get it.
Yeah, it's definitely something when you play a champion enough and learn the traditional habits of people at this level, you kind of learn those niche little things you can do to get yourself a lead or allow one of your laners to have a small lead in their lane. Just like a couple HP can make that much of a difference. I
hmm
do really like the itemization here from Jhin going for the Doran's Ring. I don't think Doran's Blade he would be able to match Caitlyn in clearing the wave and the small skirmishes that they'll probably be having, but with a Doran's Ring, it gives him the mana sustain to use his Q and W on the wave a lot more liberally and be able to keep up with her in the wave clear and not just have to play the entire game under tower.
it's looking like both junglers went for a full clear on their one side and looking over to doing that. What do you think about that clear, jungle clear? Like, what do you think is the best clear nowadays for this meta?
I think with junglers, especially with the two junglers we have here, I think going for a complete full clear, first clear, and looking into um, whatever side you end on the scuttle, and then backing for your smite to start looking for ganks is very good. But with more gank heavy junglers like the Sejuani, the Lee Sin, and anything like that, I really like the um, buff to Gromp, or buff to Gromp to buff, depending on if you start blue or red buff, and
Hmm.
getting that early level 3 and look to aggress as early as possible.
Hmm.
And with how the wave up top is positioned, I do think that um, BigKash on the set could be looking for a gank up there. It looks like he is looking at the mid lane here. Cassio getting chunked kind of low. Just wanted to give her that little security blanket, make sure she's not going to get all in and die this early in the game. But it looks like they do know where he is, and Lucian might be looking to contest him on that Scuttle Crab and push him off of it.
Well, looks like that was successful. Looks like he was able to get it. Well, might be walking back. Who knows?
Yeah, it looks like he was able, just the pressure of him being there was able to scare him off of the crab, but now that Toph was able to regain some pressure in the top lane and pull Lucian back up there, it gives him the um, courage to go back to that crab and actually take it for himself.
All right, and it's looking like bot lane's gonna be pushing up here, like taking their lead. Though it seems most of the ADCs are pretty even right now in CS at least.
Yeah, Jhin is keeping up very well in farm with the Caitlyn, even though he is in the losing lane state at the moment, getting pushed under tower. And if you look at the top lane, even though Lucian is the lane bully who is ranged against this tank top laner, Volibear is not that far behind on farm and is keeping up very well for how hard this matchup should be for him.
That looks like very interesting. You think that yeah, this is whoa. That's very interesting to see happening. Is that just because Lucian's not being aggressive enough, or what's happening here?
I do think it's a combination of Lucian not looking to aggress forward as often as he should be, and Volibear just playing the lane very well. He's not stepping up for farm that he shouldn't be and taking free poke, and he's just taking the free farm that's being handed to him and making sure that he's not blowing all his abilities on the wave. So if you look at it, he still has all full mana and Lucian's on almost none, which if they both hit 6 and Lucian is still in lane, it could give Volibear the opportunity to look for a dive under the tower, especially with the wave being more focused on their side of the map. And we do see a very big lead forming in the mid lane, a 10 farm lead and an early back thanks to the teleport. Getting that early tier on Cassio will be huge towards getting these champions towards their scaling points earlier in the game.
Trundle did try to do a gank against the Cassiopia, but this ward here was actually able to see it and was able to back off successfully. So good play on both sides there.
Yeah, very good map awareness on the side of Turtle to spot out that gank and not get caught with his shoes untied.
That sidestep was really good from the Jhin, being able to just continue walking forward and not walking back like the Nautilus predicted he would.
Oh, and it looks like the Ahri is roaming up top. Will Toph be able to get out of this gank? He blows his flash, Lucian flashes after him, and he will burn down with the Ignite and the ult. That will be first blood on the side of UI Ocean. But it looks like Cassio's coming up here to respond. I don't know how much she'll be able to look for with both of them being up here. They are both very low on mana, but I think they do know she's here, so they are being very cautious about this.
Yep. Lucian's not on flash, and it's looking like Cassiopia is just going to take a few minions and walk on back. Or slither on back, actually. Cassiopia has no feet. Why buy boots?
Exactly. And I think that was a very good play by UI Mountain. Ahri pushing in that wave and relieving some of the pressure from Lucian. There wasn't really much pressure, but even the slightest amount there.
Oh my goodness, that was a steal!
Coming through for UI Ocean.
Oh.
They will likely be able to trade back a kill, maybe even 2, blowing the teleport from Lucian and Volibear. They do only get 1 return kill, but that is a huge steal on the side of UI Ocean.
That steal was insane. Smited perfectly and wasted the TP on the Volibear with getting the kill back. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. One thing I would like to point out after the outcome of that dragon, even though it did go to the side of Ocean, I do think that Meowington benefited more due to the fact that Cassiopia was still up top pushing in those waves. She never recalled and went back mid. So Volibear was just able to go mid and catch that farm while she pushed the wave in. And Cassiopia is up almost 30 farm in her lane, and Volibear has cut his farm deficit down to 6.
Yeah, it looks like that was a very good swapping of lanes from Meowington. Looks like I think they actually wanted to do that swap earlier.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily a planned swap that they were just going to stick with it, but I do think that committing down towards that Drake and making sure that they're keeping that priority. Ooh, the trade flashes and the ult. Wonderful ults from the whole team, getting both those kills and getting Sett out without a death. That was a wonderful gank on the side of Meowington, and this does put their bot lane very far ahead of the curve.
That was very well played gank from the Sett, and very good ult timing from Catalyst there. Catalyst's Zilean is not something you want to play against very much. It's really good. It can do a lot.
Yeah, he does seem to have a large comfort on this champion, and while that fight was going down in the bot lane, Trundle was able to take the Rift Herald. He might look to drop it here, just get some plates, get a little bit of gold in his pocket. It looks like he will. But if you look at the farm leads, bot lane and mid lane on the side of Meowington are up 20 farm, which is very good for both sides. And if you look at the summoner spells in the bot lane, Caitlyn blew heal and flash and Nautilus flash, while the bot lane of Meowington didn't use a single summoner spell.
Oh, that's crazy. There's like a lot's going on right now.
That was exactly the dive potential, by the way, that I was talking about in that pregame interview. The with the Sett ult and the Zilean ult, ensuring a safe exit.
Oh, and we are seeing the power of that Volibear getting the solo kill on the Lucian. And the Cassiopia getting the solo on the Ahri. This game is falling apart for the side of Ocean. They got the early lead, they got the Dragon Steel, but it looks like they might have bitten off a little bit more than they could have chewed. And now Meowington has a solid 2,000 gold lead going into the 10-minute mark.
This game was looking really well for Ocean, and then just a few bad fights, and Meowington has been able to swing it back into their favor with 4 kills up and 2k gold up almost entirely. Or 2k gold up. This is one interesting game.
Yeah, and that's 2k up after the Rift Herald got the charge on that top lane tower as well.
Right. Yeah, this is... Oop, failed hook. This is going to be one interesting game. What do you think that UI has to do now to back up? Do you think they have to slow down? Or I personally think that UI is going to have to start slowing down their plays just a little bit, trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, I do think that UI has to start looking to play more for those neutral objectives, try to find people caught out, and be able to look for that Dragon Soul and maybe even some Barons if they can get some good catches later. But I think right now they should just be biding their time, trying to make sure they're not falling too far behind, like mid lane, who is now down 40 farm, and just being able to be in the game so that they can contest these objectives, where they do have the Dragon lead, so they are in a good position to play for that late game Dragon Soul win con, but they're just not playing to look for that. It looks like they're trying to play to end this game early, even though they are behind in the game.
It's looking like that Cassiopia again is getting so much stronger. It's getting stronger and stronger by the second with the tier and with the CS lead. And like we said, week one, game one, that did a lot. That Cassiopia did a lot.
Yeah, and I do really like Lucian roaming down early to set up not only pressure for the Drake, but also just being there for the fight, because he and Volibear both do not have TP, so Volibear is going to be very late for this fight. It looks like Sett will be going down here on the backside of the fight, but on the other side, is Cassio going to be able to turn some kills around, or is it going to be another kill for the side of Ocean? And it looks like it will be a kill for Ocean. Meowington might be able to turn this around.
And that Volibear really came in and did a number after Cassiopia did all that burn damage with her ult and the W. Volibear being able to ult back really helped a lot there in that fight.
Yeah, in the past 2 weeks, Toph has definitely been able to show his prowess on this Volibear pick, which might add just another champion that you aren't allowed to give him. If you can't give him the Urgot and can't give him the Volibear, what are you going to ban from anyone else?
Alright, well, Topher is a lot stronger player than most people give him credit for. I mean, even with him being the owner of the Meowington Incorporation, he is very strong in what he does. And that is top lane.
Yeah, and Meowington being able to get that Infernal Drake, and it showing that we are going to get a Mountain Soul, does put it at a 1-to-1 on Drakes, which means that the small lead that Ocean did have for themselves, being the Dragon lead, is now gone, and they are behind in almost every aspect of the game.
The gold league is now being increased just dramatically. And now Cassiopea can just run through the Ahri at this point. There's not much they can do.
Yeah, and Cassiopea hasn't even recalled since that fight. She's on the same item she was last time that they had a little skirmish in the mid lane. And Ahri's gone back twice and gotten a full item since then.
Right. That feels awful when you have to do that. Oh my goodness.
The flash forward and the auto attack will get the kill. Can Trundle get the kill, or will it be a 2-for-1, and it will be a 1-for-1 trade with the help from the jungler? And meanwhile, Toph is up here skirmishing with the Lucian, getting a very good trade on his half.
Looks like we have... It looks like he's setting up for another one of those good old tower dives. Oh, he's going!
Oh yeah, he's in. There's no flash on the side of Nautilus. Nautilus should just be dead to rights here, but I've seen people get out of worse situations. Alright, and he will go down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Lucian just shooting out those shots, trying to save his own skin. Getting that early... Oh, wait.
This isn't done.
This isn't done, and I want to point out the build that Lucian has going for him, I'm not sure what he's looking for with that build.
I don't know either. Is he going for
I don't know if
Bork?
he didn't realize that I don't know if he meant to buy a recurve and bought a second vampiric on accident, or what happened, or if he's just going Cutlass into Death's Dance, but I'm confused.
I am just as confused. I don't know if that was what he meant to do. We'll see what happens after he backs again, but that's very confusing. His item set does not make sense at all.
Yeah, and I do think especially, going down here to the Cassiopia with no chance of getting out there. And I do think on the side of Meowington, Volibear getting that, even the full Thornmail as early as he did, is going to be massive. Getting that grievous wounds on the Caitlyn and the Ahri and the Trundle and the Lucian is going to be huge in winning them these fights. So and it looks like Lucian did finish his Blade of the Ruin King, and he didn't sell his Vampiric Scepter, so he might be looking for that Death's Dance or even like a Bloodthirster for second item.
I mean, Death's Dance will do a lot for him here, but I don't think that's a very good item to go for right now, like at all, actually.
Yeah, especially with Grievous Wound already being online for the other team, especially with the main person that you're probably going to be fighting against. I don't think getting a large amount of lifesteal early is going to mean a lot. And Toph does have the backup, the self ult from the Zilean. I don't know if that was
I don't think that was supposed to happen.
I think that was BM. Like, look at this, Volley. Look what I can do. I'm gonna use this on you.
Oh my god. It may have been. I don't know. He did have it when he was walking up to start the fight. Either that or it was a major misclick. I wanna hope it's a major misclick.
Might be getting cocky in this game, and that could be their downfall.
I hope not. That's gonna be fair. That was a very weird ult, to say the least. I don't know if that was a fat finger or what was going on there.
Yeah, he very well could have been trying to speed himself up and just accidentally brush the R button.
I know this definitely has happened, but man, I don't know.
Yeah, it does definitely make a funny moment. And Lucian here,
the bomb! The bomb! Oh no!
Catalyst will go down. He pings his ult. 4 seconds on cooldown. If he didn't use his ult on himself earlier, he would have had it then to save himself. And Lucian, the Jhin will get caught up. A beautiful ult coming through from Cassiopia. Can they turn this around and get some kills off of it? Caitlyn going down, looking for the Nautilus. That is a great turn on the side from the side of Meowington, being able to turn that 2 for 0 into a 2 for 2.
Yeah, I think UI caught the contagion of being cocky right there. Definitely took a little bit more than they could chew.
Yeah, I think they were trying to press forward. I think they were looking towards that Mountain Drake, and with the warding from Meowington, they were able to see an opportunity for an engage, and a beautiful ultimate coming through from Turtle, getting the 4-man stun over the wall, made it so hard for Ocean to look forward for anything else.
Yeah, that 4-man all over the wall was definitely very good. Definitely turned that fight around with that stun. That's one of those things with Cassiopia. You do not want to look her in her eyes. She will stone. She'll make you turn to stone.
Yeah, and we all know how hard it is to play League when you're stoned.
Oh my god, no, I don't. Maybe you do. I don't know. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Wait, you've never played against Cassiopia before?
Oh, well, I played against many Cassiopeias, believe me. Many of them were in real life. I don't know.
It's terrible.
This game is looking very good for Meowington, though. Up nearly, up almost 10k, almost.
Yeah. 4.5k. Okay.
4.5. We're getting there. We're almost at 5.
We're on the way up. Now you're the one getting cocky.
Hey, I gotta get up there somehow, man. You know. But we got Volibear coming to the side. Oh my god. Oh no.
This could be a very good fight on the side of Meowington. I do want to point out with the Volibear, even this second tier tower mid lane is not safe for the side of Ocean. When Meowington is this far ahead, the Volibear ult dropping that tower, making it not able to do any damage, could be a false safe haven for the side of Ocean.
And if anyone doesn't know, Volibear ult does disable tower for 3 seconds. It's insane.
And Sett is on the side here, looking for a flank. It looks like he is not spotted out, and they're going for it. Volibear, the Zilean ult will save him. And the beautiful chain CC. This could be the ace. That will be the ace going over for the side of Meowington.
Whoa.
They could push an inhib here.
That was just a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. UI was just trying to hug their useless tower.
And they were able to kill the Volibear and put him into the Zilean ultimate before he was even able to get his ulti off. So the majority of that fight was happening with the protection of their tower, and it didn't even matter. And it looks like Meowington is going to fall back, not commit to that inhib, and instead look for the Baron, so they can push this lead even further.
Yeah, that Baron is going to be huge for them. Or they're just going to go back.
Guess they're just going to reset. They don't want to play their whole hand. Don't want to go all in.
Right.
If you get caught with this Baron and it's low HP, that very well could be Ocean's way back into the game.
Yeah, we know.
Very respectable decision by Meowington to not overcommit there.
And we've already seen how well UI Team Ocean can steal. That was a clean steal from the Trundle, so I do not think Meowington wants to, risk that again.
Yeah, as they say in the biz, he does not miss those smites.
He does not, that's for sure. It's insane. All right, we got Mountain Drakes coming up in about 150. We still got the Baron. We have Baron up. And so this is going to be very interesting. How do you think these fights are going to go by? You think they're going to go focus more towards Baron or stay by the Dragon area?
I think that Meowington should be looking up more towards this Baron, and they can just give that second Drake for a Baron, and just a Drake without soul is nothing compared to the power that Baron's going to give you. But I do also understand why they would be looking for this Drake. Getting that soul point is so huge, forcing Ocean to play at every single Drake for the rest of the game.
Right.
And that could be what Meowington is ultimately looking for, being able to have that total presence on the map and being able to say, we don't want this Drake. You can have it. We're going to go for the Baron because you can't afford to give us this dragon.
BigKash is just standing there. It's on the side, just posting up their entire team. No one stepped into that bush the entire time.
Yeah.
He just wanted to post up.
He's
just posting up.
Yeah.
They want to fight. Meowington wants to fight.
He's a big boy. Have you seen how many crunches he can do? I wouldn't want to mess with Sett.
That's true.
Oh, Meowington looking for the engage. There's no towers here to protect them. Even if there were, the Volibear ult, Caitlyn having to flash out of the fight. This fight is very much looking in the favor of Meowington. Lucian is going to be able to get the kill on the Jhin on the backside of the fight, but is it going to matter? Meowington is able to go 4 for 1. Lucian the only one being alive.
And the only reason why Lucian was alive is because he went to the back line and tried to fight the Jhin, who is doing a lot of damage, but is not the only one doing damage on Meowington.
Yeah, there was a surprising amount of damage coming out from the Volibear and the Sett there in that fight. Oh, and he will get double ball, and that'll be the game. I think that's game right there.
I think that is game. 24 minutes in, I think that is game for UI Ocean. For a game for Meowington.
Yeah, Meowington played that very beautifully, taking every fight they could, and especially when they got ahead, just forcing down, using the Zilean speed boost on the Volibear, looking for those engages, and just taking those fights and just making the game end.
Oh, what the? There's a Zilean. Zilean went down for it too. Oh no! Oh.
50 gold though. He threw the auto and looked Caitlyn in the eye while she killed him, gunned him down in the street, but he still won his team the game.